Jammers, welcome to another episode of Jam TV. It's yours truly, Bizzy and I'm with my lovely wifey,
Jcass.
Indeed. So today, what we want to get into is basically speak with the Jammers about the climate of society and what's going on now. And it's George Floyd, it's the protests, and it's also racial profiling and police brutality. Now, babe, I, of course, being from the inner city, of course, I have numerous amount of stories and instances, but you were talking to me the other night and you were telling me about a particular situation with yourself. So I think it'd be good to share with you guys, Jammers, I think it'd be really good to share some of our own experiences. So babe, take the floor.
Okay, well, I have experienced unfairness with the police. I just have, and I remember I was getting a tape or something for like a show that I had there, performance or whatnot, and it was really late at night, like let's say 1:30 in the morning or so, and I was driving the speed limit and everything, but the cop just pulled me over, and instantly he had the light in my face. He told me to put my hands up in the air, don't touch nothing, don't do nothing. I'm like, dang, as soon as the cop comes, I'm told to put my hands up in the air like I was a criminal or I did something wrong or I was in a high police chase.
That's what happens. That's what they do. Go ahead and listen.
Yes, and then I'm a female on top of that. So it's like he was really rough with me, and he told me after he told me to put my hands up in the air, and then he was like, "Go get your license." He's like, move slowly. Like he was like yelling at me, you know, to get my license and stuff like that. And then he goes, move slower. He was telling me to move slower. Finally, when he got my license, he looked at it with his flashlight. And then he's like, get out the car. So I had to get up on this one, Jammer. So he told me to get out the car. Then he said, come to the back to the trunk, right? So I'm walking to the back to the trunk or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, pop the trunk open. And I'm like, pop the trunk open? For what? Like, what? Now we got a search warrant? So at that time, I just listened to what he said and I popped the trunk open and he was looking through the trunk and he was like, do you have any drugs back here? Do you have anything back here? And then he even asked me, was I doing anything illegal, like prostitution and stuff like that? I was like, excuse me? And he's like, hold on, wait right here at the back of your trunk with the trunk open, and he goes to his cop car.
So she waiting at the back of the trunk like this.
Hands on the trunk.
Hands on the trunk. Y'all following the story, Jammers? Baby, continue.
Yes, this was on the Mustang actually. So hands on the trunk. He's checking, he's taking a long time. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, are they gonna take me to jail? Am I gonna go to jail? I don't even know what I did. I don't even know why I was even pulled over. Usually the cops tell you, he didn't tell me nothing. Like I said, the first thing was put my hands up in the air. So finally he comes back, he has this ticket. On the ticket, I remember him putting race black. And I remember him saying I was speeding and he gave me a ticket and he said immediately go home. But I felt like he was racial profiling me and judging me and stereotyping me. And that's one of the experiences that I experienced. And it was very terrifying.
Okay, baby, calm down. Come on back. Come on back. So what you're saying is basically he stopped you and then what did he stop you for?
He didn't tell me right at first. That's what I mean. He told me to put my hands up, and then he asked me these questions, and then he told me to get out the car. Finally, on the ticket, he said I was stopped for speeding or something. I don't even remember. Something so stupid.
Did you fight the ticket?
I fought the ticket. I got an attorney, and I got it dismissed. But
nice. But a lot of people don't fight the ticket because they can't afford legal representation, so they just wind up paying for it.
Right, but you shouldn't because it goes on your record. So when you fight for it, it goes away from your record. Valid
point. Now I'm going to tell you something that happened to me that's going to trip you out. Okay, so I got to get up to So Jammers, it's about, Jammers y'all there? Oh yeah, y'all can see me just fine. Baby, you back there?
I'm right.
Do a little waving, say hello. Okay, so my particular experience, first and foremost, baby, I was going to buy my mom some Cadillacs. Let me talk to Jim. Don't talk to me. Don't want to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you.
Okay.
So I was going to buy a Cadillac, right, Jammers? So I was going to buy 2 Cadillacs. One for my mother and one for my security guard. So I go to a place in Sawmill, Columbus, Ohio, Dublin, off Sawmill, Dublin Cadillac dealership. So I go in there and I'm my normal hip hop self. you know, jeweled up, young, really, really young. I'd say 18, 19. So I go to the dealership and I'm picking out the two cars. Karen is in the back like this. And I see her on the phone and I'm not really thinking about it, but I know this bitch is hating. Saying all of that, I picked the cars that I want. I'm like, okay, I want to get this car and I want to get this car. So I have to go get the checks. I have to go get cashier checks and stuff like that from the bank. So I drive 35 minutes to go to the bank. I come back, I'm with my guy. I pay for the cars outright. I buy them both outright from him. We drive one car over to my uncle's house. We come back to drive the next car to my uncle's house. When I come back, it's police everywhere. Police pull me to the side and they're like, we need to know who you are. I'm like, why do you need to know who I am? These are cashier checks. I didn't pay with cash. So why do you need to know who I am? Because it's not often somebody that looks like you just comes in and buys two cars. I said, but if it's cashier checks, then wouldn't that kind of like let you know that I have like a bank account? Yeah, well, we still need to know who you are. So I told them my name, you know, they ran my name. I had warrants, you did. So I went to jail that night. But the only reason was because Karen was like, this suspicious guy has come in and bought two cars outright. Now, when they found out what it was, when they ran my name and then they seen all my aliases, then it was like, Bone Thugs and Harmony? Oh, we didn't know, but we gotta still take you to jail because you got warrants. So that was one thing that happened with me, you know, back in the days. And I think that it's not just the police, it's not just racial profiling. I think it's the climate of the world. I mean, if you think about it, we just got out of segregation. First it was slavery. You got this much slavery from the 1500s, and then you got segregation all the way up until I'd say about 68, something like that. 58, 68, something like that. And up until that point, people of color have been trying to find their way in the world, in America. And we've been getting our heads bashed in and beat down by the cops and beat down. And then, like I said before, they're found not guilty. And that is what I think has caused this big blow up of all these young people. Plus, they tired of being in the house from the coronavirus. You dig? I'm gonna want to see after all these people locking arm money. Up under. Tell her she ain't marching. I'm just kidding. So you can see all these people, they marching and shit. They all close and in proximity. I want to see how many people supposedly get sick off and who comes up with the coronavirus from all of these marches. They spit, yeah, they got their face masks on, but they pulling them down, talking and so on and so forth. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. And can I just say something real quick? Let me just say something. Minnesota, Minneapolis, the only thing that you guys have to do to prevent the whole world getting tore up is single out 4 to 5 individuals who you guys know murdered a man in cold blood. But because you guys won't act expeditiously, as T.I. says, all of these riots are happening. All of this stuff is happening. 3rd degree murder ain't enough. It's the accomplices that's there as well. If I walk into a store and Jessica and myself, we go in and I'm like, look, I'm finna go in this store and I'm finna steal some shit. Watch my goddamn guy. We both going to jail, hands down. Why is it different when it comes to law enforcement? So how did they say it? The people in charge of shit in Minneapolis, all of this could have been prevented if y'all would have just acted, all of it. But instead, y'all sat on y'all asses and y'all let people riot in London. Y'all let people riot in New Zealand. Y'all let people riot all over the world. because y'all can't charge 5 individuals with the murder of an innocent man screaming for his mother and that he could not breathe. Okay, baby, that's all I really got to say.
Well, jammers, please stay safe out there through this rioting and everything. It's not fair, it's never been fair, and it's not right. So please stay safe and protect yourself. And if you're not part of this family, it's never too late. Go ahead and smash that sub button along with that notification bell. And if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Thank you for tuning in to Jam TV. Until another episode, see you guys later.